Hello, how are you today? My name is Florence, your friendly therapist. Today, I just want us to talk heart to heart, heart to heart. And we're talking about how to deal with the fear of failing. Have you ever been so gripped by fear that you cannot move? It's so hard. Yani, you can't think, you can't move, you can't do anything. Every time you think about it, you start sweating and things like that. You see, all of us have had fear at one time or another. But when fear grips you and immobilizes you that you cannot do anything, chances are you will miss opportunities. But before we talk about fear, I want us to talk about failure. Because different people handle failure differently. For some, when failure comes in, bus, they feel I'm done. This is it. Now I'm exposed. My incompetence, my whole life is lost. And so for them, failure is the end. There are others who, when failure comes, it becomes a growing curve where they will then learn lessons about themselves, about others, and about situations or activities that they were involved in. So they will learn about themselves, positive things and negative things that they did not know about themselves. They will learn who their true friends are, because usually when you fail, often marafiki zako, they leave you alone. And so failure then, depending on where you're coming from, your worldview, then it means different things to different people. And we know the internet is abuzz with people who have failed and they've risen up again. Let's talk about Oprah. Let's talk about Steve Jobs. We can talk about even Michael Jordan, and even lately Joe Biden, who is the president in waiting. So I don't want to bore you with that stuff because it's enough on the internet. But then fear has also been closely associated with procrastination. You know, when you want to do something, you put it on hold, and then you cannot do it because fear comes in and things like that. And then, because you cannot do it, then you do not achieve your goals. And what happens? Your self-esteem, your self-confidence goes down, and chances are you will miss opportunities. So I'm going to look at 3 tools that we can use to deal with fear. One is you name it. Name that thing that you're afraid of. Are you afraid that you will make mistakes? Are you afraid that people will reject you? People will laugh at you, and then your incompetence will be exposed? What are you really afraid of? Because you see, when you name that object, then you narrow down and you are able to deal with it. So name it, name it. In fact, you can even go a step further and write it down. Because when you write it down and you read it, then it comes back to you, and then it comes from the external. You can see it and it talks to you. Often I look at fear as this ugly little thing here, monster speaking negative things. And if it is this little ugly monster speaking negative things, then I don't want to listen to it. And so we can look at it like that, and in that way we are able to deal with it. Another thing that you will do in the midst of fear is look at the worst case scenario. What is the worst that can happen? For example, you fail your exams, you lose your job, or that relationship breaks. Now, if you lose your job, then 1, you start looking for another job. 2, you can work on your salary, whatever savings you have, you start being frugal in your expenses, so that whatever saving you have can stretch a longer period of time. Okay, so the places you used to go, the things you used to do that were, we were spending like that, then you cut that down. You cut down on that one so that you are able to spend it further. Then you work on your contacts, your network, your friends, your family, all these people. You connect with them so that they can be able to connect you to job opportunities. Another thing you can do is start like a business somewhere, something you've been wanting to do, and then you work on it like a side hustle, and chances are it will grow up to be something strong. So that's another tool that you can use. Another thing that we need to look at the best case scenario. What's the best case scenario? You get that job, and imagine what comes with it, salo, and the title, and you are on your way to growth, and then you have that car you have been wanting, or that house, those things that you have been wanting to have. But to get there, you must look at the obstacles that you have to undergo to reach your objective. And what are some of the obstacles? For example, it's an exam you have to pass, and you have that prestigious university you've been wanting to go, or that prestigious career you've been wanting to pursue, and you've passed your exams. So how then do you overcome the obstacle and you pass? What you'll do is, maybe you need to cut off on your friends. You will have to cut down on the social media and the time wasting activities you involve yourself with, so that you are able to study a little bit more, concentrate more, and you will have to work on some of those subjects that you do not like and improve on them. And you will have to manage your time properly, so that you are able to balance your study time and your other things. So once you've overcome those obstacles, we are saying you are building resilience. You're building your competencies. So as much as you are looking at the end result, the best case scenario, you are working at overcoming your obstacles, building resilience. So the best case scenario then motivates you, and fear becomes reduced a little bit. Failure is not a destination, it's a stopover. It does not describe who you are, it only describes a situation for a short while. Remember, if you fail, what really will happen? You dust off and you move forward and you try again. After all, if you fail, you've learned one way, not how of how not to do certain things. And so let us not be immobilized by fear. Let us not make fear the reason that we will miss on opportunities. And so rise up. Don't be immobilized by fear. Until next time, if you like this, please click on the like button and share it. Until then, ciao.